Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. So this is just some information and another fanfic that I'm reading. So real quick, if you don't want me to hear me yibber yabber about this, then you could just skip on forward. But my account for my other where I was posting my videos got banned. It got banned. Like it didn't get banned, but it got disabled, so I can't use it anymore. Essentially, the age requirements were not high enough, and I'm using my mom's account right now. So I'm just gonna post all my videos on here until I work on my other account, and then But yeah, so I'm gonna be reading a Kirishima X Reader fanfic. This is by Trashy Writer Witch. I do not know who the art is by, and yeah. So let's get to it. So imagine working out at the gym and you're trying really hard to get in shape and be healthier and just be happier with yourself. But you overdo it and you start feeling kind of wobbly. Maybe you didn't drink enough water or just spent one rep too hard, but you're pretty much falling your butt when your legs give out. And you feel dumb and people are staring at your so at you, so you're embarrassed. But then, hey there, you okay? Need a hand? And a strong hand attached to some handsome sweaty guy and spiky red hair extends out to you to help you up. And even though you're embarrassed, you take it because you're tired and you want to leave. We all go too hard sometimes. Just gotta know the limits. Keep it up. And he gives you this beautiful smile and genuine like he isn't mocking you at all for falling on your butt. With a thumbs up, he turns away and go back to the weight machines. Maybe you'll come back to the gym tomorrow. And you do. When work allows you to go back to the gym because it makes you feel good to try and be better. Even some days are harder than others, but you do it and you keep at it. And he's there too. Maybe he's a motivation that you try not to think about. He's probably not single though. And even if he was, why would he choose you? He didn't have anybody looking like that. Bright smile, rose colored eyes that matches his red hair, muscles evidence of his dedication to staying fit. Why would he choose you? Sure, you were working towards being happier with yourself, and getting a date wasn't the main reason you started going to the gym, but it was still a motivator. But one day, someone interrupts you while taking a break and grabbing some water. Yo, what's up? How you doing? You look over, and the same guy with untrustworthy eyes is looking you up and down while you're just trying to grab a drink and water. You immediately feel gross. Uh, Look, let me take you out sometime, yeah? He smirks, was just as greasy as his hair. No, sorry, no, come on. Just a date. Not like you could do better than me. Anyway, so it looked kind of like I'm doing you a favor. You felt like you wanted to throw up, to just run away from the situation. This guy was trying to intimidate you, make you feel on purpose. As you attempted to walk away, he grabbed your wrist. Yo, babe, don't walk. Hey, bro, I think you're making her uncomfortable, so back off a little. A strong familiar hand clamped down tightly on the man's shoulder, prompting him to let go of your wrist. The red-headed was taller than the greaseball, who let go once you pulled your arm from him. His nailed scraped your skin. The redhead's grip tightened until the man eventually walked away. but to a group of familiar greasy guys. You okay? It's super unmanly to grab someone like that. And all you did, all you could do again was nod. He he come to your rescue again. I feel like I see you here pretty often. Dedication is something not everyone can keep up with. Let me know if you need any more help, okay? I'm Kirishima, by the way. And he held out his hand again, but this time it wasn't to help you. You should, Kelly, his arms moving up and down with a bright exorcism, and you still hadn't said a word. See you around. He walked away, and that was it. You were glad you were next to the water fountain because your throat felt extremely dry all of a sudden. For a while, you didn't see him at the gym after that. Maybe for a whole week after the water fountain incident. Not that you were keeping track or anything. He just stood out with the red hair of his and those eyes and the smile that reminded you of warm sunshine. Uh-oh. But you kept it up. Working late kept you away a couple of times, but you did some simple things at home to make sure you didn't skip a day, and it was starting to pay off. You was feeling better, less tired. When you went upstairs, your pants were starting to feel just the thinnest bit loose in your waist. The sleeves on your shirt didn't cut into your arms quite as much anymore as before. Being decided was paying off, and it made you feel really good, even if it was really hard work and progress was slow. When you went back to the gym next week, he was there, but he looked kind of sad or distracted, not quite as upbeat as was all away the previous week. You weren't in the business of prying, though you didn't know him well enough for that. You tried to stay focused on your workout, but it was difficult. The man named Kirishima not trying his hardest like he normally did. His reps were slower. He turned away people you normally saw him chatting with. Even his hair looked droopy. But next, but the time you finished your workout, most people had left the gym due to the late hour. You normally went after work since you weren't enough of a morning person to work out before work. So this was the only other time that suited you. But he was still there, sitting on one of the weight benches, looking out of the window, the most empty parking lot. Okay, that was it. He'd help you out so you could help him out. You could help him out, right? That wouldn't be too weird, right? You always trade your best to cheer people up, even if you weren't the most outgoing or social person around. Just ask if he's alright. You could do that, can't you? Right? Swallowing hard and gathering up your courage, you slowly walked over to him, back turned to you. He took a sip of his water bottle. You coughed into your hand, and he finally saw you. He really did look sad, but you tried and cheer him up. Hi. I don't know if you remember me. You helped me out a while back. He gave you a small smile to you and with a nod. Yeah, I remember you. How are you? Oh, I'm fine, but sorry, I don't mean to intrude if you want me to go away. I was just. Are you alright? I didn't see you last week, and you always hears. Not that I was looking out for you or anything. I just wanted to check. You were sweating bullets, and it had nothing to do with the fact that you just run a mile yet on the treadmill. His smile felt a bit making. You thought, you think he said something wrong, that he didn't want to talk. Oh, yeah, I had some family stuff to take care of. I had some family stuff to take care of. I'm fine now that I'm back in routine. His voice perked up, but you could tell in a fake it, and it wasn't your place to medit. Well, I'm not much of a talker. I've been told I'm a good listener. If you want to talk, uh, only if you want to, though. Your thumbs fiddled behind you back nervously. Okay, I'll see you around. Bye. Before you could turn around and run away, though, he called out to you. Wait, I didn't catch your name last week. He looked less sad than he did before. So maybe your stuttering didn't fall on deaf ears. Oh, it's your last name. You know you were blushing, but there was no way to hide it now. Okay, your last name. Thanks. I'll keep that in mind. You nodded. His eyes looking more look like familiar now. As you walked away towards the locker room, you didn't see the way his eyes followed you, or how his fingers kneaded into the hem of his gym shorts as you walked away. And the routine continued. After a few days, Kirishima got back to his normally bubbly self, and it made you feel good to see him smile again. There was just one problem, though. He was getting friendly, and you were feeling stress. After you introduced yourself properly and offered to listen a listening ear to him for his troubles, he took it upon himself to make conversation with you at least once while you were there. Normally, he was just distraction on the other side of the gym, leaving you, leaving you, wait, leaving you to concentrate on your workout, but still able to glance at him from afar. But now, he was right there, offering to help with using a machine you weren't familiar with, or putting his hand on your back to improve your posture, or showing you that bright smile of his on his face when you finish an extra difficult lift, or literally anything else. And you hope he didn't see how flustered you were when he was close by, because it was strange, unfamiliar. You were plain and boring and average. People passed by you without a second glance, and you were used to falling into the background, a repeat striped in cheap wallpaper. With the offer to listen to his problems so extraordinary that this handsome man of sunshine, while out of your league, went out his way to talk to you, there was no way. Hey, good workout, listener, Kirishima said to you, bringing a towel up to wipe your sweat from the back of his neck. Thanks. I feel like it's getting easier. I guess that's a good thing. He gave an aesthetic thumbs up. It is. It also means you're making things harder for next time. But hey, can I ask you something? His ruby eyes glanced off to the side as if he was watching for anyone listening. Yeah, sure, you said with a hard swallow. Can I take you up on that offer to listen? He looked sheepishly. Another expression that wasn't familiar of his face, but reminded you that he was human and too. Even so, it caught you off guard. He actually wanted to talk to you. Of all people, when you were sure he had plenty of other friends he could talk to. Yeah, I have an open ear. The kindness glittering in his eyes made you nearly drop your water bottle. Awesome. He walked over to an empty bench and patted the seat next to him for you to sit down. And you did. People always said you were a good listener, able to sit without interrupting or improvise with situations outside of your own experience. It helped. It helped you. It helped you realize that even people who appeared pretty were still flawed. Secrets and pain sometimes becoming too much to keep themselves. Kirishima was no different. You sat on the bench and listened intently as he recounted what has troubling him. He was humbling that he chose to talk to you because those things rather than someone else, someone he was closer to. He seemed like an honest, nice person so far. Nothing disguising him about his personality or want for an ear to lean on. You nodded your head as you listened to his story, choosing not to talk or comment until he asked for your opinion. So that's about it. Sorry if I ramble sometimes. I just kept talking when I should have stopped a long time ago, Kirishima said, scratching his cheek as he looked at you with an apologetic eyes, but you shook your head. No, it's fine. We just talk about things that are most important to us. And I'm sorry you had to go through all that. Sometimes you just have to take time and focus yourself on nothing wrong with that. Kirishima placed his hands on either side of your hips for stability as he leaned back on the bench, a soft smile on his face. You're not wrong. Thanks for listening. So I spilled my guts out. So I spilled my guts. Here. So tell me something about yourself then. He leaned a bit more into your space, into your space, and hope he didn't see your eyes burning, your ears burning. Me? Oh, you don't. I'm pretty boring. I'm sure that's not true. He he honestly looked offended that you called yourself boring. What kind of movies do you like? The questions made you spin through several scenarios very quickly. Was he flirting? Did he realize he was coming off as a flirty? Or was he just being polite? Was he like that to everyone? You might as well roll with it since he asked a direct question. Now, nowhere to run this time. Well, you spotted some titled you seen recently, some of which he enjoyed as well. So the conversation turned more even as you both talked and both listened. He was becoming easier to talk to, but your nerves still bubbled in the pit of your stomach at this unfamiliar tension. Suddenly, his name called out on the other side of the gym. You both looked to see the of three of his friends. You soon calling him out to him as they headed towards the doors. We, what time is it? I gotta go, he said, checking the time on his phone as he stood up. We'll finish this conversation next time. Have a good night, you nodded as you waved at Kirishima, grabbed his gym bag and jogged over to his buddies. Heading over to the door was one last look back in your direction. The gym was now cold and empty as you sighed to yourself. He's just being nice. He'll never like me. Okay, so I am posting this at like pretty much 6 in the morning, and I'm gonna make the next part as soon as I post this, but I won't post it immediately because I want to make sure that I have to get ready because I'm going somewhere today. So and I'll still be posting. Also, my computer's like running dead, but it's plugged up, so it's my phone. And so yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, I won't be posting on my other account until I get it fixed. So anyways, I hope you all had a wonderful day. And if this was part 1, do part 5 We're now on part 6, and there should be 3 other parts of this. So I'm just going to post this, and then I'll be reading the next one. So hope you all guys enjoyed, and I hope you had a wonderful day. Bye.